Hey everybody, I'm Josh and welcome to another episode of Just Saying. Thank you. On the show this week, it's week 2 on our monthly series of Dating 101. So sit back, relax, because I got a lot to say. Happy Valentine's Day-ish to all of you out there. That's right. It's supposedly February 14th because that's the projected date that I'm supposed to post this video. But clearly it's before February 14th, and chances are I'll post it early. So happy Valentine's Day-ish. Anyway. As I said, on the show today, we are focusing once again on our monthly series of Dating 101. This week, we're going to take a look at some bad first dates, something that all couples need to think about before it's shown in your face, everybody makes fun of you, and you wind up on this show. What is it? Pay attention. Find out in just a little bit. Or if you really want to be a jerk, fast forward until you see it. But the rest of the show is funny. Trust me. Because after that, we're also going to talk about cake. That's right, cake. Because apparently back in December when I wrote this script, I was craving cake. And because I found a way to interweave cakes into Dating 101. Receptions have wedding cakes. And I found a wedding cake, I think, to put in the show. I make things work, people. I'm not a problem maker. I'm a problem solver. Anyway, I do have an announcement to make. Nobody knows this yet, but I'm going to tell it now. I am engaged. Just kidding. It's time for another cheesy monologue. It is Valentine's Day, otherwise known at CVS as O Day. For me, the best Valentine's Day gift doesn't cost anything. It's from the heart, mainly because I'm broke. Anyway, I decided to write and or steal this Valentine's Day poem for all of you, my audience. So please enjoy. Roses are red. Love is but a fable. I'm really glad you chose not to watch cable. As I said, it is Valentine's Day, and I don't want to ruin the surprise I have planned tonight, but it's going to end with those magic words. Taser, why won't you cuddle with me? It's time now for my joke of the week. The Harry Potter Studio Tour just announced it's hosting a Valentine's Day dinner at the Great Hall from Hogwarts. It's great for couples or for single guys who like to say that their date is wearing an invisibility cloak. Some McDonald's restaurants are taking reservations for Valentine's Day, and they're getting a lot of table for one. Historians say that the first exchanges of Valentine's Day cards in America may have begun in the late 1600s. Of course, back then, the most popular card said, "Be my Valentine or I'll put you on trial for being a witch." Hey, it's American history, people. Look it up. If it's on the internet, it's true. It's time now for this week's point to ponder. I love everyone. Some people I love to be around. Some people I love to avoid. Other people I love to punch in the face. Just kidding, I'm not a violent person anymore. I give you a Valentine's Day tip on the show, but if you're watching this show, chances are your Valentine's Days. Let's be real here. Each year, Mitt Romney celebrates Valentine's Day by having a romantic dinner in front of a mirror. Valentine's Day is the only hobby where suddenly a plant becomes extraordinarily expensive, and we're okay with it. It'd be like buying a carton of eggs on Easter for $20. if you think about it, Valentine's Day is weird. You have a fat, naked baby shooting arrows at people. That's not a holiday. That's a horror movie. And finally, it's time for my I Love My Jokes of the Week, Joke of the Week. The most popular Valentine's Day gift is chocolate. In the 1800s, doctors told their patients to eat chocolate to get over a broken heart. They also thought, if you're going to be single, you might as well get fat. So we come to our first lesson of the week. And right now we're going to focus on something that even I, at 38 years old, even though I haven't dated in 10 years, which is probably why I get nervous all the time, but a lot of us get nervous on the first dates and things just go horribly wrong. And then they're funny and you post them on Reddit and you wind up on this show and I put them in a segment that I call the 10. All right, here we go. And you'll be happy to know I found new numbers for the new season like I always do. I hope you like them. Number 10. My name is Andre, and his name was Sam. Andre spelled Andrea, just so you know. So it's Andrea. I thought he was a girl. He thought I was a girl. We found out we were two dudes and said goodbye. That would be kind of embarrassing. I would hate to have a name that is multi-sex. Or unisex, I guess is what it's called. But that would be kind of bad. However, where did you guys meet? Because most profiles nowadays, you have a gender that you put in, or you post a picture. Clearly, hopefully, you know the difference between what a girl looks like and what a boy looks like. Anyway, number 9. Went on a date with a guy I'd met through a mutual friend. Things seemed pretty normal until we were sitting and waiting for the movie to start. He got out his cell phone and started to show me pictures of his 2 ex-girlfriends, both of whom were naked. Oh, and look at those breasts, honey. Yeah, it'll be fine. Anyway. Number 8. I went on a date with this chick who even brought a friend. Clearly, she knew she was going to be the third wheel. My date talked about her extensive machete collection and how she's threatened some of her exes with them for fun. She's also talked about how she got a massive scar on her arm for punching out a window. Her friend just sat awkwardly the entire night and got hammered. I felt bad for her friend since she clearly didn't like being the third wheel. Here's the fun part though. Since I was clearly bad at ignoring red flags at the time, I tried to organize a second date. However, she acted like she didn't know who I was and that we had never met. To you, from all of us in the country, it's a good thing. Number 7. I had a coworker that I had a crush on and was also an avid fan of a local band who was playing in a town near where we live. So we agreed to go on a date. The date of the show arrives and I take her to dinner first. After seafood and fairly enjoyable first date conversation, we left the restaurant. We got caught in heavy traffic and were late arriving to the concert. By the time we got there, the show had already begun, and the parking attendants directed us to a lot that was really far away from the arena. We parked, jumped out of the car, and ran top speed to the stadium. You know, if I were one of the parking attendants and I had to do that, I would have at least gotten, like, a go-kart to bring people, not a go-kart, a golf cart, to bring people back and forth on. Excuse me. That's right, I'm drinking Coke. I switch off and on from now and then, okay? Deal with it. I get random cravings. And I can't even taste it, so it's not doing anything. Number 6. I go out to dinner with a guy I had met quickly once before. First, hold on. There we go. I go out to dinner with a guy I had met once quickly before. First, we go to dinner, which is okay, nothing special. It was a little awkward, but at the end of the dinner, he asked if I liked Dance Dance Revolution. I was like, sure, why not? He then proceeds to tell me he is really good at it and wants to show me. So after dinner, he takes me to an arcade where he spends the next 30 minutes playing or dancing to Dance Dance Revolution while I watch. Never asking me to play, just wanting me to watch him. After that, I was ready to go home and I never went out with him again. He probably went back to the arcade and still to this day is playing, not letting any of the kids. Or he's one of those that plays against kids, beats them, and mocks them. What are they called? Short man syndrome? Number 5. Back when I was really extremely oblivious, this girl said we should watch a movie together, and I said okay. So she came over, we watched the movie, and she left. I thought nothing of it. Then a few hours later, I get a text from her saying, "Did you think that was a date?" And then I realized, oh God, she thought that was a date, and in a panic, I said yes. Long story short, we dated for a year. All because I was afraid to break up with her. Number 4. Online dating. We met for coffee and walked on the beach. It immediately started not going well. We disagreed about almost everything. He even mocked my religious beliefs. After walking a ways, he asked if I wanted to sit on the beach. I couldn't believe he wanted this nightmare to last any longer, but I obliged. He set his coffee cup down, which blew away, but not too far. I said, "Oh no, your cup blew away." He looked, shrugged, and ignored it. "I litter all the time," he said. "Yeah, if I have a bag of McDonald's trash, I'll just throw it out the window because that's what prisoners are for." Just like the garbage, you're trash. Thank you. Jerk face. If I weren't filming this show, I'd call him a lot more. Ooh, I do have a censor button. Number 3. We were 16 and he plans the entire date. It started with a Bing family field down the street to get our professional photos taken, and ended with going out for Chinese food with his much older brother and his girlfriend. Was so strange. Last time I dated an exchange student. It probably wasn't his brother then. Just saying. Hence the name of the show. Number 2. Oh, I guess I should pull up number 2, huh? Number 2. I went out for coffee with a classmate. He showed up 30 minutes late wearing baggy sweatpants with suspicious stains all over them. I had begun amusing myself by doing a crossword while waiting for this guy, and when he arrived, he sat down, pulled my crossword over to him. He looked at it for a moment and then said, "Women who read are fine and all, but it's not very attractive to show it off." Really, dude? Because you're wearing sweatpants with stains all over them. And we're 30 minutes late. I don't think you have room to judge, douchebag. Anyway. And the number 1 funniest date I found on Reddit was, or is, I guess. I dated a girl whose high school... I'm sorry. Okay, before I start, I want to preface this one by saying it's not so much a bad date. It's more of a you to her parents. And it's really funny. I dated this girl in high school whose father was a primitive Baptist minister. I don't know what made him primitive Baptist. I just know that he was. Anyway, I went to pick her up, and her dad answers the door wearing a wife beater and holding a gun. He invites me in and proceeds to give me the "Where are you going? What are your intentions with my speech?" Speech while cleaning his gun. Hung on the wall behind him were at least 100 other guns. I was initially surprised that I was actually getting the cleaning out my gun while I asked you about your intentions with my daughter's speech, but then I figured with as many guns as he had, maybe it was just a coincidence. Either way, long story short, we left, went to a movie, and I got a BJ on the way home. From all dudes to you, brother, way to go! I think. Is that a good thing? As I said, it's come now. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's been a day. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, it's now time of the show where I teased at the beginning And it's now time to find out what I was meaning. So there's something that not all couples think about until it's too late. Everyone makes fun of you, and you wind up on the show, and even more people make fun of you. Like 5 more. Well, 6 if you count me. Anyway, it's time to look at something relationships shouldn't base their relationship on, but something, you should think about and prepare yourself for, because it's gonna happen. Just saying. It's time for my segment of hilarious engagement announcement names in this week's edition of What's Wrong Here? The ones I got this week were great. It's like I went all out for you. How about the Hunt and Capture Wedding? Or there's the Go and Get Her Wedding. I love the look of the lady. She's just like, he's all I could settle with. And he's thinking, pull that picture back up. And he's thinking, I found me a keeper. I don't know why they sounded like that, but they do. Anyway. How about the Beaver Wetter Wedding? Try saying that 5 times fast. Beaver Wetter Wedding. Beaver Wetter Wedding. No. Can't do. How about the Macaroni and Cheese Wedding? Let me tell you, it was a creamy wedding. That didn't make, oh God. Never mind. Anyway. How about the Wanamaker Pop Wedding? Or how about the Went Attaway Wedding? Or the Butts Fudger Wedding? I'm sorry, anyone whose last name is Butts, you have my deepest, darkest sympathies. Not darkest. I guess it's not a bad thing, but I would just change my name. Plain and simple. How about the Stoker Daily Wedding? Or the, whoops, that's the same picture. Or the, I just want to say out there that I'm glad that I'm gay when I see this headline. And I think all men will know what I mean. And I think in unison, when I show you the wedding or the engagement names, the announcement, I think in unison, all of us are going to groan. Because it's the Dick Bender Wedding. Oh. Yeah. Every man's groin is killing them right now. And finally, it's the Johnson Finder Wedding. He's cute. Too bad it's so sad you have to find his Johnson. All right, it's come to what I thought was going to be my favorite segment of the week about cakes. And trust me, I found a way to integrate integrate cakes in with weddings because receptions have cakes. And I found a wedding cake that I think you all laugh at. Because it's time for funny cake decorating fails in this week's edition of Oops. Okay, before we begin, I took it off. I was going to give the warning. Because I'm not meaning to offend anybody who is a cake decorator. I don't know if I personally know any. I did when I lived in Dallas. This lady was a professional cake maker. She did it on the side. We worked for a large insurance company. And for every time someone had a birthday, she would make a cake. One time she made one. It literally looked like a grill with food on it. It was amazing. I wish I had taken pictures, or that I had the pictures. They were amazing, amazing. I was gonna have her make my sister a high heel one, but I moved back before my sister's birthday. So, anyway, so I know cake decorators, and I mean no offense to cake decorators when I say this, but you have to have a brain cell, a working brain cell. And apparently they all stopped working. Or you're just one cake decorator. Because it's clear in all of the pictures that I have today that people didn't want on their cakes what you put on their cakes. For example, the first one. Happy November, December birthdays. Abbreviate November and December if you need to. On what planet would anyone think they wanted that part on their cake? Or like, for this one, they apparently wanted blue flowers on the cake. So not only did they write it, they made blue flowers on the cake. And there's a skull and crossbones down there in the right corner? I don't know. Stem of the flower branch? I don't know. Anyway, it's just randomly weird. Okay, it's time for the wedding cake picture. And the only reason that I know it's a wedding cake is because it says, literally just write wedding cake. On what planet did they want literally just write? Clearly, you're a bag. Or like even if someone with a half a working brain cell, when someone's giving you what they want their cake to say, and they give you punctuation, clearly they don't want the punctuation spelled out. Like, happy birthday, comma, Laura P. Or Laura, I guess that's part of the A, just covered. Why would they want the punctuation written out? Am I the only one that feels this way, or is it just stupid? I mean, this one is probably my favorite one of all for the week, because I'm just going to show it to you. Happy birthday in green. Underneath that, Rosie. Do you see this? I have been rendered speechless. Never happens. But once in a blue moon. I am giving all cake decorators a little piece of advice. And keep in mind, I don't know cake decorating, but this is just something all people know. And clearly you don't. If you decorate cakes and you think you can do something and you tell someone, yeah, I can draw a dog on your cake, know how to, or say, I'm sorry, I don't. And don't give them a cake that looks like that. This next one is not so much the cake decorator, but the idiot person who thought it would be fun at a 1-year-old birthday party to put the can number 1 in a kind of bad spot. I don't know. For the love of God, if they want a Star Wars cake, it doesn't mean write Star Wars. I highly doubt the person's name is Frank Star Wars. Either way, if that were the case, he would probably own Disney right now. Or George Lucas. One of the two. The people with the class of 2007, I think, were smarter than the people that wrote this cake. Class of 2007 rocks, fireworks explosion. And finally, this has to be one cake decorator. or one stupid... Because it's someone... I'm assuming someone emailed in their order. Or ordered online or something. Or the cake decorator is just a douchebag. To be picked up at 11, and a picture of a cake that the person wanted on a cake they didn't. A picture of the cake they wanted. Please put this on cake, I'm assuming is what the instructions were. They wanted not the picture of the cake. What is going on with humanity? Ugh. Anyway. Well, that will do it for the show this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Excuse me. That'll do it for episode 2, or week 2 of Dating 101. Join me next week when we take a look at week 3. And that includes marriage and the wonderful hellions named children. Anyway. I'm not sure I mentioned it in the last episode, and if I didn't, I apologize to what I'm about to say to everybody. But it is the beginning of, or last week was the beginning of Operation Support Small. I don't know if I even mentioned it last week. And this month I chose a business that I used to work for, and that's not why I chose them. I chose them because when you work there, you're not just an employee, but you're their family. And I want to thank them for allowing me to work there and further my management career. I chose them because, as you all know, last season, even, I told you about my friend Ben, who tragically passed away in a car accident. And Ben used to work with me at IntroAide, which is the business I work that I'm promoting this month. And they did a fundraiser, but I had already filmed the episode like a week before projected, and honestly, when I went to post it, I just posted it, and I didn't even think, you know what, I should mention them. Which is funny, because I had talked to the owner prior to posting it, because I wanted to mention them, and I wanted his permission, but, yeah, so, anyway. But yeah, please check out the information for IntroAide. They did a fundraiser for Ben and another classmate of Ben's. I don't think the kid was in the same class. I think he was a couple years younger. I think he was only 16 when he tragically died in a car accident. I can't remember the kid's name or what sport he was played or extracurricular activity he was in. And I say that because the school both of them went to, which was the same school, is selling face masks in honor and in order to start a memorial for Ben and this other child. So if you would like information about how to get one of the face masks, whether you know me personally or you're just some random Joe that's watching this because you came across it, had nothing better to do with your life than watch 28 minutes of me rambling on and thinking that I'm funny, and do want to help out, please email the show, shittalking20@gmail.com. I'm in the process of changing my email address to just saying. I haven't done it yet, but once I do, I will change it on here, obviously, and let you guys all know. On another note about that, I do want to say one more thing about that part of it. And I think I mentioned it in the first episode. I did so many takes of the premiere, I can't remember if what I'm about to say actually made it to online, but totally forgot what I was saying. Damn COVID. I still have been doing that since I've had COVID. Just in the middle of what I'm saying, forget what I'm saying. generally when I start talking about something else, it'll come to me, and then I find a way to get back to it without anyone knowing, but clearly it's obvious. Oh yeah, see? It works! So I'm in the process also of changing this channel to something about just saying. It'll be the same as the email address. This season, I'm just posting on the Shit Talkin' channel. Next season, I'll be posting on both channels. And by season 6, I'll be just posting on the new channel. So I can kind of integrate people in and carry them over instead of just saying, bye to this channel, find me there. And then my stats sucking. So anyway, so I'll let you all know next season when it's going to start being on both, and asking and or begging you guys all to please sign up. And by sign up, it's a great segue to saying, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and get the notifications anytime I post something. Speaking of notifications, I hope you guys like the episode of Taser Versus that I just recently posted. It really annoys me because I created this show. I'm the host of the show. I produce the show. And I'm the last to know everything. Mainly because I think that if I knew about it before they did it, I'd say no. But if I knew about it after, I'd be like, well, you took the time to do it, so why not? I guess they call that a pushover. Anyway, but yeah, I hear there's another Taser Versus coming out by the beginning of March. Just rumor. I don't know. Anyway, if there's something funny you think I should see so that I can share it, also please be sure to send it to me through my social media accounts. And I'm thinking about bringing TikTok back. I'm not sure. I stopped using TikTok when the whole drama was going on with it, and I thought it was going to be outlawed in the United States, or banned in the United States or whatever. I shouldn't say outlawed, but yeah. So I might bring it back now that it's staying. Not sure yet. We'll find out. Without further ado, though, please be sure to join me next week when we talk about week 3 of Dating 101, Marriage and Wonderful Children. Until next week, everybody, thank you for joining me, and for now, that's all I'm saying.